Marketing. There is nothing inside of real estate investing that doesn't have some type of marketing tag. It's similar to marketing a rental property. A well-crafted Airbnb listing can make all the difference between frequency of bookings and the vacancy rate on the listing. Investors need to update that listing to reflect that latest amenities, improvements, and guest feedback. If you are an out-of-state owner and you are utilizing a local real estate agent or a local property management company, make sure they specialize in Airbnbs and understand the importance of representing your property, because not being available and not knowing everything that's needed to know that they need to know in the area can be detrimental to how well your business is ranked in the local. So a few strategies to doing that. We do a lot of marketing here at Keystone, so it's great for us to be able to pass some of that knowledge forward to you. First off, creating an appealing listing starts with high quality photos. Always showcases your property's cleanliness, style, unique features. We do another class on real estate photography tips. You want to try to find that in our YouTube channel, but some pointers on taking the best pictures of your listing are in there as well. Don't overlook the listing title. Ensure it grabs their attention, highlights the Airbnb's best features. Next, the platform will help you a lot with this, but setting the right price, researching the local rates for similar properties with similar amenities when you're setting your pricing, knowing your competition. Consider the Airbnb platform fees in what your nightly cost is going to be. The cleaning fees, the taxes, and all these things can affect your net earnings. So make sure you're running a high-end service with a low-end cost initiative so that you can maximize your margins, the money that you're going to make and profit at the end of each of the stays. And you need to track it as a stay margin, per stay, per event, per accessed margin. Then you can allocate over the year where maybe it's not worth it to you to have your Airbnb open during certain months of the year because you're trying too hard and the rates are too low and you're not exactly capturing profit. It may be easier for you to leave the property vacant during that time. It's your business model, so you'll be able to figure that out. Certainly, SEO will enhance the visibility too. You need to consider what potential guests might search for, like cozy cabin near hiking trails or downtown luxury condo in a high-rise. Use the real estate words. Getting on Zillow and tracking down properties like this. Realtors are very good at doing sales language inside of their selling paragraphs. So make sure that you can use and abuse those where applicable. Make things natural but appealing when you're describing the property. Utilizing social media, all of the platforms that we use here as well, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok. This will allow for showcasing the property. Accompany your Airbnb photos with some of those attention-grabbing descriptions, relevant real estate hashtags. That way it'll reach a broader audience, because when people are searching, that's how they're going to find you. Encourage the guest reviews. During their stay and after their stay, you should be petitioning them to personalize a thank you message, expressing appreciation for their visit, and asking them to share their experience, because these are how other people find your property. They'll understand that's how they found you. So some hosts even automate a very friendly note to guests to encourage them to leave the review. Make the link a one-stop shop. They click the link once, they can leave a fast review on Google Stars or one of those other systems, especially in Airbnb, and then it'll propagate directly from there. And then, of course, continuous improvement and adaptation. Stay informed about the local market trends and the new market techniques. Virtual tours, influencer marketing, and things that will keep your listing competitive are smart business tools. Study the shifts in your traveler preferences. Increased interest in sustainable travel and work-friendly spaces are all the rage. When people are deciding to run out there and just work remotely everywhere on the planet, it's going to be nice for them to have a place that feels like home, that makes them comfortable while they're in your property as a workspace. And then managing the operations of the Airbnb. This is a whole separate section here. Effective operational management is going to help you maintain that high standard, the guest satisfaction that's there. They're going to be able to feel if you know what you're doing and you're running your property as a business. The smooth operation behind the Airbnb platform will help you a lot. It has advanced tools, and the platform will automate a lot of the aspects of running that short-term rental for you. Everything from scheduling the cleanings, managing the bookings, communicating with the guests can all be done right outside of the app. Few notable tech platforms out there that I said I would mention that'll help you improve your Airbnb operations. There's a thing out there called Airbnb Tools. You visit that on the Airbnb site itself, go into the Airbnb app, and you'll be able to find that as a property owner. If you're just out there hustling through and booking Airbnbs for yourself, you're not going to have access to those, but it'll give you the automated messaging, pricing suggestions, and the booking management tools all as a part of their platform. Smart locks are a big component of technology too. It will allow secure keyless entries. You don't have to worry about keys themselves. And remote monitoring is also possible of the locks. Finding a good like August smart lock on Amazon is a great way to do that. And it's easily managed, again, through the Airbnb app and separately inside of its own app. Guestly is another program. It manages the listings across multiple platforms for you, so not just limited to Airbnb. The Guestly service will mark you everywhere, so it doesn't matter who they're booking you through. First person that books you at the best rate is what's going to make a difference. Handy is a good one too. It schedules cleanings for you between the guests, so it ensures the consistency and the quality. You want to make sure that Handy has a good pool of service and cleaning agents in your area before you utilize them. If they only have one or two people, it's not necessarily going to give you the accessibility that you're looking for. There's a dynamic pricing tool system out there called Beyond Pricing. It'll help you adjust your listing prices in real time, so you can get a kind of a second opinion of what you should be priced at besides just the Airbnb platform. And it's based on market data and analytics that it's gathered over the years. And then TouchStay is the other one that I would recommend. This is a digital guest experience for enhancements. It's going to give you a digital guest book for them to sign in and out of, and it offers additional services during their stay, like what's going on in the area. Hey, there's an event going on here. Hey, there's a live band that's going on here. If they're looking for a bonfire on the beach, it'll have all of that kind of stuff for them, and it'll kind of keep them interested in getting in and out of the house. Take this time to address some of a lot of questions today, but let's break a few of these out for me. How much can I realistically earn from an Airbnb business? Wow, that's a tough one. Earning will absolutely vary, and it's going to almost vary based on you rather than the property. If you're not good at this, it's going to show. It's going to show in your profits. If you do a good job and you stay diligent, location, property type, management efficiency and marketing demand, and your style of communication with the short-time tenant, tools like that AirDNA that I spoke about earlier, that's going to help you provide that local occupancy and average rates so that you can estimate some potential earnings if you decide to go that way. However, as an investor, you need to account for all of those expenses. Don't forget about your maintenance, your utilities, your taxes, your Airbnb service fees. What's the most significant risk in running an Airbnb, and how do I mitigate it? Yeah, this is a good one. Property damage, periods of vacancy, changing regulations in your area. Again, if a bunch of HOA members get together and they just do not like the way that your quick in and out tenants are acting in their community, they're going to make it difficult for you. You need to make sure that you've got comprehensive insurances, establish strict guest screening processes, save for emergency fund, and make sure you're absolutely informed about the local laws and the market trends. That's going to be the best way to stay ahead of it. And like it or not, you're going to need to know the neighbors. If they're not favorable of what you're doing, they're going to make this very hard on you, and that's not what you want. Is it better to manage my Airbnb property myself or hire a property management service? Well, we do that here at Keystone, so obviously I'm going to lean very heavily into my investors and our international investment pools appreciate the fact that we can handle all of the ins and outs for them. They're in it for just the bottom line. Now, that means that they pay us a service platform fee too, but it's honestly going to depend personally on your amount of time, expertise, the number of properties that you're talking about. Self-managing is going to allow you a lot more control and potentially give you higher profits, but it's incredibly time consuming. It requires a commitment to be a guest service, requires a commitment to marketing and maintenance, where on the other hand, hiring a property manager or a property management company is going to ease that workload, but it comes at a price. What is the 90-day rule on Airbnb? Hold on just a second. I'm not familiar with that one, but I have access to my co-pilot agent who will certainly help me. Airbnb's 90-day rule restricts hosts from renting out properties for more than 90 days a year to avoid housing shortages and minimize neighborhood disruptions. Once this limit is reached, the property cannot be rented until the following calendar year. Oh, that's very interesting. I'm going to have to dig into that a little bit more, but it looks like that's it. 90 days out of the year is the most you can host an Airbnb for. I don't know that that's accurate in the state of Florida. I will do some more digging, and I'll post an update here on the channel, especially for you that asked that question. So, to be clear, understanding the legal and the financial nuances of starting an Airbnb business are going to help you make informed decisions to protect your asset. Everything from selecting the ideal property and crafting an appealing listing to effectively manage that day-to-day operation is going to be critical. Each aspect is going to play a vital role in the success of your rentals.